Oh, my bad. I ain't see it.
Hey, don't stop from dancing. I mean, get up there and get your grind on once they get it going, you know? Good evening, boys and girls, friends and lovers, children of all ages. Welcome to La Raza Park, Plaza de la Raza. We're going to have a concert today. Let's see this here. There's going to be a concert going on here. We hope you take the time to enjoy.
1, 2, 1, 2, yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Uno, dos, uno, dos, uno, dos. 1, 2. Microphone check. This sound good? Can y'all hear me out there? All right. La Raza Park, how we feeling? We here at the Plaza de la Raza. I'm going to tell you something right now off the bat. This is some low energy for a rally, you know what I'm saying? We got to start screaming. We got to start making some noise. Because even though we're far away from the capital, they can still hear us if we're loud enough, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to cause some noise. We're going to make sure that we bring the revolution to every community and not just in one place. We everywhere, right? Everybody put your fist up and say, Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Chinga la migra! Chinga la migra! Fuck ICE! Fuck Columbus! Fuck Columbus! Y que viva la raza! Que viva la raza! Vamos a empezar. Yeah, that's fine, but it's on. Check 1, check 2, check 3. Check 1, check 2. 1, check 2. Check 1, check 2. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Oh, no, that's 6. No, that's my phone. No, he's 3. I'm 3 on the mic. Check 1, check 2. It's on the check 2, check 2. Yeah.
Carol Baskin. That was an odd time for that to come on.
You know what Elias has been doing with his quarantine?
Taking quarter-own shots with tigers. Tigers are my favorite animal. Okay, no they're not. But they're pretty cool.
It's actually buffalo.
I like bison.
Yeah, he's a buffalo guy.
I'm one of those people that likes really cool big animals. Animals that are bigger than me because I'm trying to compensate. But
Mew, is there a Mew?
Check 1, check 2, check. Czech Republic, Checkers, Chad, the country, not the person. Can I get a little bit more over here? Check, 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 check. Oh, yeah.
Hey, hey.
Hey. Hey. Popsicle. Popsicle. Curtis Park. Park Hill.
Hello. Excuse me, everyone. Can I have your attention for a moment? If you are a performer or a speaker, if you could please, and you haven't checked in yet, if you could please come up to Mo right here and check in. If you are news media and you haven't checked in with the front desk, could you please go check in with them? Thank you.
If anybody got some homies that ain't here yet, make sure you text them and be like, yo, where the hell you at? This is important. It's important to be out here today. We gotta be united as one. The Black movement, with the abolish ICE movement. We all gotta come together, y'all. We are one community. It's time we stop separating ourselves and realize that united we are strong and nobody can defeat us. On the count of 3, everybody shout out your favorite color. 1, 2, 3.
Orange.
Orange. On the count of 3, everybody shout out your favorite tacos. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Al pastor.
All right. All right. Where my lengua fans at though?
What about the cabeza people? You eat that cabeza? Hi.
But who's ready to dance though? I know y'all been sitting at home dancing, so like, you out here in the open air. It's a perfect opportunity for you to get a little sweaty with the revolution. There is no revolution without music, and that's a fact. The music is the heartbeat of the revolution. So we hope that you dance with us today because dance is a form of prayer. So we invite you to pray with us. We invite you to dance with us. Make some noise for Janet Vizguerra in the house. La Reina. Make some noise for Colorado poet laureate Bobby Lefebvre in the house. State Senator Julie Gonzalez in the house. In the house. It's so good to see our leaders up here with us. Such a beautiful day for such a beautiful city and such beautiful people. One, two, one, two, uno, dos. Everybody ready to dance or what? Yo, we have a beautiful altar up here. We would like it if you could please contribute. Please come say a prayer by the altar. But we want to make sure we invite our sister Nicole to come up here and say a few words for us.
about it is here for you to add things, to pray with us, to bring the intention of today. And something that's been on my heart in this community, people have been coming forward with their traumatic stories all across Denver. And I want you to be wary of trauma vampires that are among us as well. When you share these stories with people and you come forward with the need for healing, if you are met with being re-traumatized, please know that there's a community of healers that are here to support and love and pray healing. So please reach out if you need it. Don't become discouraged if someone hurts you again. And that was on my heart to say, thank you for being here. And thank you, Los Mocochetes, for always creating space for Black and brown women. Thank you.
Are y'all ready to get this party started, okay? And the crowd goes mild. I said, are y'all ready to get this party started? We are Los Mocochetes.
Muy lejano, me lamenté del americano. Existe un pueblo paisano a crear revolucionar. Enseñanza del guerrero, lugar donde comienza el pedo. Educación para el pueblo entero, comienza con un buen maestro. Donde la normal prepara para la demostración de bala. Tomaron una ruta, la policía quedó alterada. Con sentimiento, puro movimiento de caderas. Nosotros no traemos armas, por favor no nos disparen. disparen. Nosotros no traemos armas, por favor no nos disparen. Venimos a dar respeto a los fallecidos de Tlatelolco. La tele dice que es misterio, algunos dicen que fue el gobierno. La verdad la sabe el viento y pagarán el del infierno. Pero mi pueblo no está ciego y solo han encendido el fuego que quema adentro, muy adentro. Revolución en nuestros derechos, pero no hay que olvidar los hechos. Porque hay 43 desechos, hay que juntar el pueblo entero y luchar por nuestros derechos. No traemos armas, por favor no nos disparen. Nosotros no traemos armas, por favor no nos disparen. Venimos a dar respeto a los fallecidos de Tlatelolco. Llegamos en estudiantes y ahora nos faltan 43. Ellos la puta policía nos tienen que respetar. Ya llevamos un chico con su maltratar. Mi gente presente vamos a explotar. Mi gente presente vamos a arrestar. De frente, como siempre, cantar nunca fue suficiente porque hay que ayudar a la gente, romper y liberar tu mente. Todo mi pueblo es más fuerte. O sea, esta cumbia verás que se sienten los 43 estudiantes presente. Los 43 estudiantes presente. Los 43 estudiantes presente. Ay, queremos sobrevivir. Déjanos sobrevivir. Queremos sobrevivir. Déjanos sobrevivir. Everybody put your hands up. Hands up, don't shoot. Hands up, don't shoot. Hands up, don't shoot. Hands up, don't shoot. Nosotros no traemos armas, por favor no nos disparen. Nosotros no traemos armas, por favor no nos disparen. Venimos a dar respeto a los fallecidos de Tlatelolco. Llegamos en estudiantes y ahora nos faltan 43. This next song is actually our next single. It's called Rocks, and it is about holding the police accountable and making sure that we, the people, tell them what to do because we are their bosses. It is not the other way around. We gotta stop murdering black people. We gotta stop murdering brown folk. We gotta stop murdering our queer community. We gotta stop murdering people. And we gotta let them live. This song is called Rocks. Everybody dance with us. The day that we all had enough, fight for what was true. Today is the day that we take back control. Time to let them know. The people are tired of bearing their own, and I chose to go. People are tired of going to sleep to the sounds of shot fire. We live on the wild. Sleeping volcanoes erupt to survive, yeah. We've had our backs against the wall for some time now. It ain't right now. Discrimination plagues our lives and our rights. It's time that we fight, so grab your rocks and throw. Today is the day that we all had enough. Fight for what was yours. Today is the day that we take back control. Time to let them know. The people are tired of bearing their own. Our children grow. Hey, yo, my swamp, it's hard to breathe. Ask George Floyd, he was choked by the T's his last breath. with the throat full of knees. So now we got the hood screaming from the police. Where I'm from, yo, we got legalized weed, but we still got the cops killing innocent people. So I think it's time that we hit up the streets, get the picket signs ready and let's hit up some beats. Come on, we won't stand for your violence, we won't stand for your justification. It's nonsense. Mr. Officer, where is your conscience? How can you hit someone when they're unconscious? How the hell are we supposed to feel safe when you're the reason why we all feel afraid? I think it's time for a government break where the people invading the laws are on change. Motherfucker did not die in vain. It's cause the pig shoved his nose in his brain. The cops got away with the free slave, while the people just mourned at his grave. So if you want justice, everybody stand up and put your fists like this. Come on! And if you down for the cause, grab your rocks, let's get down. Grab your rocks and throw. Today is the day that we all have enough. Fight for what was yours. Today is the day that we take back control. Time to let them know. The people are tired of bearing their own. Let our children go. Come on. Where I'm from, cops got the right to kill, protected by the government and managed by the ship. They get away with anything by simply cutting deals. Whoever said that power came with a piece of steel. The sirens remind us of all of the violence, the reasons why we fear inside. And yo, we don't feel protected, I feel neglected. I'm seriously scared for my life. Who the fuck gives a damn about me? To them I'm just another crime lord in the streets. But to them we say fuck the police. I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees, yeah. Revolutionary melodies. Stop my knees, stop mentality. Yeah. I think the cops could be watching me, they be stalking me. What you want from me? But there's still people dying every day, and it's our job to say it on the stage. We're scared to die cause the shit that we say, but we say it anyway, yeah. So if you want justice, come on, stand up and put your fist like this, yeah. If you down for the cause, grab your rocks and get down. Grab your rocks and throw. It's the day that we all have to know. Everybody so what we're doing. It's the day that we take back control. The people that's tired of bearing their own. Let our children go. Let our children go. Let our children go. Let our children grow. 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 Yo, the revolution is here. It is within all of us. It is time we stand up and cause some change. Are y'all ready for your first speaker or what? All right. I think that was a bad response. What do you think, my brother?
I think we can do better. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Yeah. Can I have my 10 for 10 team up here? Elijah? Well, first we want to thank everyone for coming out and making it here today. Our team put so much effort into all of this. What goes into it, it's incredible. Hello. Can you guys hear me? Okay. So yeah, first we just want to thank everyone for coming out here. And before we start with our itinerary, we just want to introduce our team real quick. I'm Ainkwashe Moon. I'm the vice president or co-vice president of 10 for 10. And we can just move it along this way.
Hi y'all, my name is Jalen Tarode. I serve as the public relations chair for 10 for 10.
What up, everybody? My name is Samuel Elfe. I'm the vice president, or one of the vice presidents for 10 for 10.
I'm Mariah Aliman, but I go by Mo, and I'm your stage director.
How y'all doing, beautiful people? My name's Elijah, and I'm the treasurer for 10 for 10. How's everybody doing? I'm Tariq Young. I'm the secretary for 10 for 10.
Hola, mi gente. Thank you for coming out. My name is Nikki Otaola. I am the talent relations director.
Okay, so first and foremost, we have to shout out Peter Lumbella. He's the president for 10 for 10. Give him a round of applause, please. Yes. Unfortunately, he cannot be here today. He's actually getting ready for a flight back to Howard University tomorrow. So he is getting ready for that tonight. So he will not be here, unfortunately. But we're still going to have a good time. We're still going to fight the power, and we're going to still come together and go against what's going on with the suppressive system, right? So, yeah, there we go. Y'all can clap for that side. So, first thing is I wanted to do a few shout outs actually. So, I wanted to shout out Abolish ICE for coming out. Yes. I also wanted to shout out Keo in the band as well. Appreciate you guys for performing. Thank you very much. Appreciate the DJ. He's always at every event and he always helps to do this, contributing, you know what I'm saying? So we appreciate him. I also want to celebrate the vendors as well. Everybody who's out there who's a vendor right now, make sure y'all give them a round of applause. They're out here providing drinks, food for everybody, so make sure y'all go buy from them as well. I would also like to shout out specific volunteers, but first and foremost, I would like to shout out every single one of y'all that was willing to help. If y'all picked up a piece of trash off the ground, if y'all taped up a trash bag, if y'all did anything in order to help out today and put in your brick in any which way, we sincerely appreciate you. I also specifically want to shout out 2 volunteers, which is Portia and Terrell. There we go, Portia. Give her a round of applause. And Christina Cisneros. I want y'all to give them a special round of applause. The reason being is because each and every single event we've had as youth, they've been 100% supportive, trying to help us out each and every single way they can with 100% freedom of their own time. You know what I'm saying? No form of payment whatsoever. So I really want y'all to show appreciation for them because they're willing to put in their time and invest their time. There's only 2 things you can really invest in life is time and money. So give them another round of applause, please. I also want to shout out We Are One as well. We Are One, I really appreciate you guys coming out. Amplify the Voice, give yourself a round of applause. Amplify the Voice is always out helping in any which way they can as well. Frontline Party for Revolutionary Action, where y'all at? Y'all see them in the red shirts? We appreciate y'all. Definitely securing the situation so we all good and damn. I also want to shout out PSL as well, Party for Socialism and Liberation. Give yourself a round of applause. I also want to shout out Paracel Patrol. Where y'all at? Parasol Patrol. Definitely. We appreciate you guys as well wholeheartedly. I want to shout out Bobby, the Colorado Protest Medics. They're actually right over there. We appreciate y'all because so if anything happens to you guys out here, we do have a medic table. So definitely we appreciate you. And all the organizations who have supported us today, if you guys were not named, we 100% really appreciate you guys coming out. And we appreciate you guys putting forth your brick and your effort to be able to help us as youth leaders lead this revolution, lead this organization, and lead to a better, more social environment for all of us. And last thing, I just want to let this be known. We have a Vanessa March tomorrow on Saturday. There's more information on Facebook. It's a panel, actually. It's a panel, Vanessa panel, where basically we're going to be speaking about the injustices that happened with that situation. Is anybody familiar with the situation, Vanessa? It's at Brother Jeff's Cultural Center. If y'all don't know, come learn some more. We're going to leave a sneak peek. Come learn some more at Brother Jeff's Cultural Center. So yeah, it's going to be on Vanessa, and it's going to be a panel as well. Definitely come and support in any which way you can. And also, last thing, for sure, I'm not trying to keep y'all for too long. We do have a snacks plus a donation booth as well. And the reason why I key on donation, the word, is because it's really important as a nonprofit organization and helping out the community that we're able to keep these things funded and donated each and every single way. So we have the Venmo, the Cash App, the PayPal, whichever way you guys want to help donate and contribute your gifts, your anything you guys have. We really appreciate it because it's going to allow us to keep pushing forward, keep making changes within our community, and keep doing things like this each and every single time we can. So please donate and do what you can. And with that, thank you. Oh, and here you go, Keo, the DJ man.
How's everybody doing today? That was weak. I said, how's everybody doing today? There we go. First, I just want to say thank y'all for sticking around, even though it's raining outside, it's starting to drizzle and everything. I really want to say thank you. Let me introduce myself. My name is Keo. I'm better known in the community as DJ Blaze, and I'm the owner of Organic Vibes Sound Lighting Production. I help 10 for 10 with the sound support and the band, making sure that we can be heard throughout this. But I'm not going to hold us any further. We're going to get straight into these introductions. I forgot to say I'm also going to be the MC for today. So y'all are going to be seeing a lot of me, hearing a lot from me. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all for being here. Our first speaker is going to be Alessandra Chavira. She's going to, yeah, there we go. Y'all give it up for her. She's going to be speaking on her advocacy for better education, for a better education system amongst immigrant communities. And she's here to speak for her community. Y'all give it up for Alessandra.
Alessandra Chavira está aquí presente para prestar así una vista a su abogacía por la comunidad para mejorar la educación, el sistema de educación y también en las comunidades migrantes. Está aquí para hablar por su comunidad.
Hello? Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Alessandra Chavira. I'm a rising freshman at Metro to study political science. I also want to say that I want to represent Juaritos for my family. And let me start off by saying, I heard this quote by Paulo Coelho. He's the one who wrote The Alchemist. It was, read your world. And ever since I've heard that quote, I knew something wasn't right because I started reading my world. And there was something I couldn't ignore, and it was the issues regarding immigration. I would see it in my household, I would see it at the parks, I would see it at the school. And that's what I specifically want to talk about, is immigration and the obstacles it brings to the school environment to immigrant students. According to Color in Colorado, there's 4.5 million children who have at least one parent undocumented. The majority of those students are in grade school.
Come on, say that.
The majority of those students are in grade school.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You all right? Yeah.
These students are breaking curses just by being here.
Yeah, yeah.
Their parents crossed borders, oceans, deserts to get here. And they're still being treated like outsiders within our schools.
Yeah.
When my mom was telling me her story about when she came here, she said there was a huge divide within the Mexican community and the Chicano community. And an even bigger divide between the American community and the Mexican community. And I'm sad to say that it hasn't really changed. Our students are getting criminalized for speaking their language, their first language. Our students are being punished for not knowing the curriculum in the English language. And that's what I really want to advocate for. Students are falling behind, not because they don't know the language, not because they don't know the content, but because they don't know how to put it into words.
Say it.
When I read my world, I understand that it's not just my world, it's our world. We gotta start reading our world and understanding what people are carrying with them. And I just wanna stop because I feel like this is really.
You all right? You all right? You all right? Tell the truth and shame that devil.
I'm shy, I'm sorry, but she says I gotta speak like I'm from Juarito, so now I gotta represent. Our people are suffering and our people are lacking the proper resources they need. It's not fair that we scream we need mental health resources for our students and we're not trying to get mental health resources for all students.
Yeah.
We need people of color in our schools and we need people who understand our cultures. We're tired of people coming into our schools and saying they can heal us when they don't even know us. And I just need y'all to pay more attention to our immigrant students. I really have no call to action. Just pay attention to the students.
Amen.
Y'all give it up for Alessandra one more time. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for speaking. Our next speaker is gonna be Nikki, and Nikki's gonna be speaking on her she is a Latinx Indigenous artist in the community who has been using her own craft to empower, educate, and bring awareness to many injustices going on in our communities. From writing spoken word to singing, she is advocating for injustice. Sorry. One more, y'all give it up for Nikki one time.
Nikki, artista indígena Latinx, que está en la comunidad y está usando su talento para empoderar, educar y traer conciencia a muchas injusticias que ocurren en las comunidades. Desde escribir prosas a canciones y cantarlas y luchar por la justicia. Nikki, muchas gracias.
Hey everybody. So I have been part of these marches and these riots and all of these things that we've been doing as a community to spread awareness about the injustices that are going on. And so first and foremost, thank you for coming out again and supporting us as we continue to bring awareness to these people and these communities that are hurting, that are in pain, and that are losing people as well. There's this spoken word that I'm gonna share with y'all. It's called Cages. And it talks about a lot of our immigrant community and what they've been treated like in these past few years and many decades that we don't talk about anymore. Cages. My people are in cages, foil on the ground. Don't tell me to turn my frown upside down. I'm tired. Tired of seeing my people treated like animals, like dust, as if we didn't help maintain this crust we call America. Make America great again? Are you serious? Y'all sound delirious. Excuse my mischievous comment, but I can't take y'all serious. You would think America would be great by now, after all our people went through, but nah, they just don't get it. Mi gente cries and weeps tears as they are separated from their familias. They work, blood, sweat, and tears so that this country looks the way it does, and yet they still get treated like shit. They don't get it. Cages aren't just prison. Cages are a death sentence. Let me say that again. Cages aren't just a prison. They are a death sentence. Cages are cold metal bars that separate you from freedom. The power or right to act, speak, or think as one wants without restraint. Ain't that funny? This country is known for the land of the free. But sis, let me give you some tea. We ain't free. We locked up. Thank you.
Y'all give it up for Nikki one more time. Yes, yes, yes. 1 second, sorry. Our next speaker is going to be Sedona Moreno Castellan. Sorry if I mispronounced that. AKA Revolutionary Sedona, who is an Indigenous Chicana youth advocate. She will be sharing spoken word poetry and doing an interactive cumbia dance. Y'all give it up for her.
Sedona Moreno Castellán, Sedona Revolucionaria, que es una joven activista chicana indígena que estará compartiendo una poesía e interpretando una cumbia. Muchas gracias, Sedona.
How's everybody doing? Thank you for being here. My name is Sedona Moreno Castellan, aka Revolutionary Sedona, and I'm so grateful to be here in this space, occupying stolen land. We must raise awareness for what is going on in our communities. We must remember to give thanks, to remember the joy as we fight the fight that needs to happen. I am majoring in environmental science with a minor in peace studies at Naropa University. And I'm also working to change systems and mobilize with amazing young people like the ones here today. So thank you so much. Chinga la migra y la policía. Nadie es ilegal en tierras robadas. No one is illegal on stolen lands. Look at the true history of this country, the supposed home of the free, pero look at reality. See the roots of injustice in this diseased family tree filled with racism, genocide, and lies. People wake up. We need you as allies. Nadie es libre hasta que todos seamos libres. No one is free until we are all free. And that is something that we must see. White parents, imagine your children in cages and let that emotion cause you to get enraged and engaged. We must unite and all fight, porque this land is our birthright. To those who say all lives matter, where are you now? This is what you sit back and allow. Families being torn apart, innocent children going missing, mothers and fathers deported, tax dollars being extorted, rape, abuse, starvation, evil organizations, home invasions. We must put a stop to this victimization. We must all take action today. We the people have this to say. Your days of oppression are coming to an end. Our people are ready to unite and transcend, rising up together in solidarity, putting an end to these disparities, addressing the severity and vulgarity, hearts as cold as ice, corazones tan fríos como el hielo, el pueblo unido jamás será vencido. We demand you free all of our people. Ya basta, enough with all this evil. You tried to bury us, but didn't know we were seeds. Together we can do this. We have to believe. Indigenous sovereignty, Black liberation. Knowledge is power, break the indoctrination. Empower the youth, our future generations. We are here, our existence as a form of resistance. We shall continue to rise like the waves that turn into tsunamis. We are the anomalies, the youth to challenge and bring change. And we shall continue to rise. Everyone, stand together, revolutionize. I want to do a little chant with you all to get the energy up. So if you're able, please stand with us as we chant. I will say, I am, and you'll say strong. I'm going to say we are, you'll say powerful, because in our collective unity, that is true power. All right. I am, we are, I am, we are, I am, we are. All right, we're going to do it in Spanish. Mire, yo soy, tú eres fuerte. I'll say somos, you'll say poderosos. Okay. Yo soy. Somos.
Thank you, everyone. So we're gonna play a little song, and this song, my cuñado, we used to play it all the time, and he was deported back in 2011. So I dedicate this performance and this song to him. His name is Cesar Moreno Castellan, and no matter where you are, cuñado, we love you and we appreciate you. And to any families that have been torn apart due to these oppressive systems, ICE is a tool of white supremacy. So let us remember those who are not here with us right now. Let us sing this song and do this dance for our brothers and sisters locked in concentration camps and who have been deported back to their lands. So this is for my cuñado. Please get up and dance with us.
Qué calor que tengo, soy que levante las manos como yo. El que quiere un vino en cartón, el que quiere un vino en cartón.
Oh.
Qué calor, oh, oh. Qué calor que tengo, soy que levante las manos como yo. El que quiere un vino en cartón, el que quiere un vino en cartón. Y las manos arriba haciendo palmas, palmas. Y dice, hey, 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 hey. Que levante la mano que quiera tomar, que la caja de vino va a empezar a bajar. Que levante la mano que quiera tomar, que la caja de vino va a empezar a pasar. Que levante la mano el que quiera tomar, que la caja de vino va a empezar a pasar. Que levante la mano el que quiera tomar, que la caja de vino va a empezar a pasar. Que la caja de vino va a empezar a pasar. Qué calor, oh, oh. Qué calor que tengo, soy que levante las manos como yo. El que quiere un vino en cartón, el que quiere un vino en cartón. Y las manos arriba haciendo palmas, palmas. Y dice, hey, 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 hey. Que levante la mano que quiera tomar, que la caja de vino va a empezar a pasar. Que levante la mano que quiera tomar, que la caja de vino va a empezar a pasar. Que levante la mano el que quiera tomar, que la caja de vino va a empezar a pasar. Que levante la mano el que quiera tomar, que la caja de vino va a empezar a pasar. Que la caja de vino va a empezar a pasar.
Y'all give it up for Sedona one more time. Yeah. Hold on now. I do some at these rallies, I call it a vibe check. And I'm gonna do a vibe check real quick. Can we do that real quick? Y'all make some noise if we can do a vibe check real quick. I need to make sure y'all can hear us. Y'all can hear us out there. We need to make sure that vibe's right. So when I say BLM, I need y'all to yell back at me, Black Lives Matter. Can we do that? Ready on 3. Ready at 1, 2, 3. BLM. We're gonna do the same thing, but this time when I say abolish, I need y'all to say ICE. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Abolish! 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 We gonna scream that shit to them motherfuckers. Hear us right here. There we go. I ain't gonna hold us. We gonna get into the next speaker. Our next speaker is gonna be Bobby Lefebvre. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I know I did. I'm so sorry, Bobby. But Bobby is a writer, a performer, and a cultural worker, fusing a non-traditional, multi-hyphenated professional identity to imagine new realities, empower communities, advance arts and culture, and serve as an agent of provocation, transformation, equity, and social change. I need to clean my phone screen. I'm sorry, everybody. He currently serves as Colorado's poets. Laureates. There we go. North Denver resident here today to share words and poetry. Here today in solidarity with all marginalized people in the ongoing fight for collective liberation. Y'all give it up for Bobby one more time.
What's up, everybody? How you doing? You know, this is beautiful, right? To see these young people up here leading us in this amazing work. Give it up for the young people. You know, I had a plan, and then I talked to my sister Sedona about what she's doing. Give it up for her baile right here. She threw down. You know, and we talk about these systems, right? She mentioned how white supremacy is leading these concentration camps that are keeping our people locked up, right? And we have to understand that this is very intentional. White supremacy teaches us to not unite like this together. It teaches Black and brown communities to not unite. So give it up for the Black and brown people here tonight, unifying together. This is what the future looks like. And if this is the future, I think we are in great, great hands. I'm gonna start, you know, like I said, I came here with a plan. Talking with Sedona changed my plan. You know, I'm gonna start off with the poem that I wrote recently for Elijah McClain. Give it up for Elijah McClain, his memory. And give it up to everybody in the fight for justice, for Elijah and everyone else. This is a poem in numbers for Elijah. 1, the violin is not a simple instrument. It is maple and spruce and more. 70 pieces, a body, a soul, a neck. 2, Elijah was not a simple man. He was Black and kind and more. Many pieces, a body, a soul, a neck. 3, carotid holds compress the arteries in the neck, resulting in unconsciousness. 4, research shows violinists have faster cognitive processing speeds than the average person. Maybe this is why in that moment Elijah tried reason, why he tried humanity, why he tried compassion, why he tried love, why he tried apologizing. 5, maybe Elijah was trying to string his words into a bow. Maybe he thought he could slide that bow across the F-holes of the pigs' ears. Maybe he believed their hearts were capable of resounding music. Maybe he thought for a second the cops would do their job and police the crimes of their gross imaginations.
Come on, say it.
Thank you. You know, this country suffers from amnesia, right? We forget that these lands are not the lands of the people who are xenophobic. These lands are not the lands of the people who have been oppressed here. And unless you're indigenous to this land, you came from someplace, right? And I think people forget that. This poem is about that. It's a poem for those who fear immigrants and refugees. This is what I tell them fools. Start by climbing your family tree. Traverse the beautiful branches, passing your parents and familiar relatives until you arrive at your ancestors.
Yeah, yeah.
Take a moment to recognize your eyes in theirs, smile, embrace them. Talk to them. Do not be alarmed, they speak a language different from yours. Teach your tongue, the linguistic amnesiac, their idiom. It used to be yours too. Share a traditional meal with them. Maybe one lost to assimilation in the melting pot. When they pass the bread, take notice of the calluses on their hands, the way their tattered clothing seems to drape from their bones. As your foremother clears the table and your forefather moves to sit in his favorite chair, ask them how it felt crossing an ocean to reach the land of opportunity. Now descend from your family tree, and in your best broken Spanish, ask the same questions to the earth-colored man who cooks at your favorite restaurant. Ask the woman who cleans toilets in your office building. Ask the child crying in a cage.
Yeah.
Ask them how it felt being forced to leave home to reach the land of opportunity. Chances are, their stories will sound a lot like the ones that are running through your veins. Thank you. I have one more. When we talk about immigration, migration, we talk about it often in economic terms, even people with the most well-intentioned, right? Immigrants pay taxes. They support our economy, they work. And we forget to humanize that, or maybe not we, but they forget to humanize people, right?
Yeah, yeah.
About a year ago now, I'm sure you all saw the photos of the man and his daughter who drowned crossing the Rio. Everybody see those photos? Remember those? They floated around, this very salient image of these people who made a trek that a lot of people make and didn't make to ultimately end up here. So I like to call their names out. This is for Oscar Alberto Martinez Ramirez and his daughter Valeria. I imagine her 2-year-old heart was small, maybe the size of an unripe fruit, something green, something growing toward promise, something that was not quite ready to be consumed. I imagine his heart was big, maybe the size of better tomorrows, something peaceful, something imaginary, something that could not wait. I cannot tell you why the river was hungry, why desperation continues to find itself stuck between the river's teeth. But dreams are boats that will not sink with bodies. Humanity a buoy that floats where breath succumbs. There along the water's bank, belly down among the reeds, brown bodies expired like yesterday, like tomorrow. I am convinced this country likes it that way. There it is easier to wash the blood dripping undeniably from its hands. Thank you.
All right.
Démosle la gracia a Bobby Lefred, que es escritor, presentador, trabajador cultural que fusiona una identidad profesional con múltiples facetas no tradicional para imaginarse nuevas realidades, empoderar comunidades, avanzar en las artes y cultura y servir como un agente de provocar, transformar, equidad y el cambio social. Actualmente es el poeta laureado y residente del norte de Denver. Aquí está, que compartió con nosotros su poesía en solidaridad con toda la gente marginalizada en la lucha continua para la liberación colectiva. Muchas gracias, Bobby Lefebvre. Enseguida tenemos a Luna. Ella se identifica como una chicana mexicana-americana. Es activista joven en Denver, Colorado, y está aquí para luchar para los derechos de la gente migrante de color.
Our next speaker will be Luna. She identifies as a Mexican-American Chicana. She is a youth activist for Denver, Colorado. She is here to fight for the rights of immigrant people of color. Y'all give it up for Luna, everybody.
Hello, my name is Luna Baez Guerra, and I am an incoming junior at Kunstmiller Creative Arts Academy. I am the daughter of undocumented immigrants who came here for the sole purpose of a better life. When I was only 5 years old, it was the moment my life changed. The moment in which my mom got stopped simply for having expired stickers, the moment which 11 years of my lifetime this process has taken up. At only 5 years, I got ripped apart from my mother. I remember the first time I saw her since her arrest. She was wearing an orange jumpsuit, and I was only able to blow her kisses across the courtroom. This system has targeted my people for ages now. This system shows up to attack people of color in any and all ways possible. Stemming as early as education, we students aren't taught our true history. We're taught the whitewashed, sugar-coated version. They taught us that Christopher Columbus discovered America, when we know that's not the case at all. Christopher Columbus was a mass murderer to our indigenous people. This country was based and created off the suffering of our Black indigenous people of color. Immigration is what makes this country run, yet you want to put my people in concentration camps? Shouldn't those in those detention centers be those that are creating poverty? Those who make the profit off of the exploitation of Latinx bodies? Why are my people being forced in these camps? They're being forced to eat rotten food. They're being forced to risk their lives because this mass corporation doesn't want to provide them with medical care despite there being a global pandemic. Why was I forced to face a lifelong trauma of fearing my parents being taken away from me? When I was 8, my mom had to choose between getting some papers or seeing her mom for the very last time, when her mom was facing her last moments battling cancer. Why did she have to choose between that? In that time, my siblings and I had to be babysitters to ourselves, or we had to go stay with family friends because my dad had to work his ass off to put a roof over our head.
Yeah.
Because once again, this fucked up ass system locked my mom for trying to come back to her children. I had to grow up very quickly and become a second mother to my siblings. And once my mom finally came back after endless community pressure, she was taken once again because a white man decided he had the power to take her. So I saw her arrested right before my eyes with no way to get home, stranded with my siblings. During that time, my siblings and I had to be a voice for our mom because she was in that concentration camp once again. To this day, millions of families are terrorized because of immigration, customs, and enforcement. There are families right now scared that their family members will come back in a casket because these facilities aren't providing them with basic materials to prevent COVID, because they're gassing them in an attempt to sanitize, because they're being fed rotten food. Their basic human rights are being stripped from them, and for this we stand today. Our people deserve to be treated like simple human beings, regardless of documentation required by a corrupt system. We stand because we deserve more. We deserve to have a life where we're not scared. We deserve to have a life where our families are united. And lastly, we're here to abolish ICE. And on that note, fuck ICE, fuck Trump, and fuck the United States of America.
Give it up one more time for Luna. All right, y'all, so we're gonna keep the ball rolling, but for now, we're gonna have an intermission. We're gonna have Los Mocochetes come back up and play for us a couple songs. But let's not forget, we have some vendors on your right side. There is food, there is merchandise. Don't forget to check that out. We're gonna have this intermission for about 10 minutes maybe, and then we'll continue on with our itinerary. Thank you guys.
Para decirles que de nuestra misión enseguida van a tocar los mocochetes. Tenemos al lado aquí, por favor, también a una gente vendiendo con su negocio, todos sus productos. No se olviden de eso. Dentro de 10 minutos volveremos aquí con la presentación. Muchas gracias.
Terrence Roberts, everyone, make some noise. That dude's really good at chess. Make some noise if you play chess. I think chess is a really important game because it teaches you a lot of real-time strategy. We gotta learn how to beat these fools at their own game, this capitalism game.
Yeah.
This song goes out to anyone who's ever been forced out of the land where they grew up, where their family's from, because of gentrification or colonization. It's the same shit, right? So this song goes out to the earth, because we don't own it. We don't own the earth. The earth will own us eventually. But we're here to just take good care of her, of our mother, Pachamama. When we walk through the streets and we feel all alone, standing in a city that I used to call home. Sure, I was out here, but now I can't fly here. There is no room for us. By the land we planted the seed, can't reap what we sow, cause the village police take what we grow. Take what we grow, throw it down the well. They burn the fields, bombard the buildings, sacrifice animal, man, woman, children. Tell us stay good, this is how we progress. What a mess. Ooh, what happened to our city? Streets so we don't feel so alone. It's fine, you think a waste of time, these protest songs. Cries from our elders we carry in our heavy heart. The life of an empath is filled with confusion, consumerism, suicide, lots of seclusion. The illusion is being beautiful if you see it that way. But it's all perspective. You could be defective, directive. Number one, to keep yourself protected. Oh, you can open up your heart. Ooh, what happened to our city? Ooh, what happened to our tribe? The streets and take the police station. Finally you'll see that we have lost all our patience. The nations will break you are the ones that pull them apart. Let's rebuild society with vibrant variety. Vanquish the venomous vampires finally. Build us a home that is always open, welcome and warm. We grow, and we stand it all, and on this land of unknown. We can do what we grow, and we stand it all, and on this land of unknown. We can do what we grow, and we stand it all, and on this land of unknown. We can do what we grow, and we stand it all, and on this land. We're taking back our city. Ooh, reclaiming our rights. Cause they can't take what we grow.
take what we grow. If we stand and hold hands on this land no one owns, they can't take what we grow. Take what we grow. If we stand and hold hands on this land, they can't take what we grew. Take what we grew. Take it back. If we stand and hold hands on this land no one owns, they can't take what we grew. Take what we grew. Reclaim it. If we stand and hold hands on this land, 'cause they can't take what we've grown. Take what we've grown. If we stand and hold hands on this land no one owns, they can take what we grow. Take what we grow. If we stand and hold hands on this land, no one
Y'all ready to dance or what? Cause you know, there's a few folks over here dancing, you know what I'm saying? But I wanna see everybody dancing. I wanna see everybody shaking it. This song is called El Mocochete, and it kind of explains a little bit about the madness that happens in this band.
Does anyone know what a mocochete is? It's not in Google. You can't Google it. You'll just find us. It's a booger. Mocos are boogers.
You told me that.
And machetes. It's a mocoso with the machete. A booger-nosed, snotty-faced brat with a heavy object.
No trata de venir revolución, empieza con oír esta canción, luchar y conseguir liberación, se fuerte como un reto de Sansón. All the same. Sitter mitt huvud av rösten i armen. Vågar när det växlar med munnen vid bratten. You're also have a boy. I say you raise it loud. Coming with the chorus like a lion. Si se puede. Need the change. All my people, si se puede. I need the change. All my people, si se puede. Need the change. All my people, si se puede. I need the change.
I'm not sure if we're going over time, but if y'all want to keep dancing, what's up? We got some more speakers though, right? Make sure. We got some time? All right. This next song.
Who's hungry?
This next song is about hunger. Anybody out there feeling hungry right now? Porque yo tengo un chingo de hambre. We haven't ate all day, you know. We've been running around. This song goes out to all our mamás, or our abuelitas, our tías, everyone who's ever fed us, but also it goes out to the farm workers who are exposing themselves to coronavirus and so many other pesticides and chemicals just to make sure that we still eat, right? We still eat. Regardless of what happens, regardless of what's happening outside our world, we still eat. And it's because of folks like that. This song is called Tacos, and we hope everybody dances with us.
Los tacos de mi abuelita saben que chivo, los llena con su carnita y muchísimo limón, cilantro, luego cebolla, hechos con amor, y luego cuando termina grita ¡Viva México! No sé por qué no he dejado de comer, los tacos están tan buenos que puede ser lo que sea. Quizá, tal vez, me pueda echar otros 6, comiendo con mi abuelita, se come como rey. Alright, my people, it's time to get down on some tacos con los mocochetes. But don't forget the main ingredient, mi raza, el chile. Chile, 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 Los chiles de mi abuelita pican bien chingón. Los que en su jardinito va que agarren más sabor. Los huelen su molcachete, pasa con sazón. Y siempre cuando termina grita ¡Viva México! No sé por qué no he dejado de comer. Los tacos están tan buenos que puede ser lo que sé. Quizá, tal vez, me pueda echar otros 6. Comiendo con mi abuelita se come como Hey, hold on. Stop the music. You know what? I appreciate seeing all my people in my community come out today and support of the anti-abolish movement or abolish ICE movement, right? We're all here to fight for one cause. The reality is we still need to be reminded our people are still getting locked up in cages. Our kids are being locked up in cages, being separated from their families. We are tearing families apart as we speak. We are tearing homeless tents as we speak. We don't care about our own people. It's time we stand up and rise. And this song is just a song, but afterwards, we gotta make sure we hit the fucking streets. We gotta go out there and be on the front lines. This is not just a show. This is a motherfucking movement. This is not just a show. This is a movement. Échale, compadre! No llores, cholo. No sé por qué a Donald Trump no le gustan los tacos, pero lo que sé es que los huevos el vato. Y yo no sé por qué toda la gente nos dice enojados, pero lo que sé es que re bien que les gustan los tacos. 1, 2, 3, 4. Los tacos de mi abuelita, sabes que funcionando su carnita y muchísimo limón, cilantro, luego cebolla, hechos con amor. Y luego cuando termina grita ¡Viva México! No sé por qué he dejado de comer. Los tacos están tan buenos que puedes enloquecer. Quizá, tal vez, me pueda echar otros 6 comiendo con mi abuelita, se come como rey. No sé por qué no he dejado de comer. Los tacos están tan buenos que puedes enloquecer. Quizá, tal vez, me pueda echar otros 6 comiendo con mi abuelita, se come como rey. ¡Chinga la amiga! Thank you all so much. We'll be back, but make some noise for the organizers, y'all.
Can y'all make some noise for the band one more time?
Real quick before the speakers start, there's 2 tubs right here. There's some sage from Chacon, New Mexico, and some cedar in the green tub. It's free. Take some, take it home, burn it, pray with it, please and thank you.
Next up, can I please get Elijah to the stage? Elijah, please, please.
Una cosa más aquí que ven estas cajas arriba, de frente. Tenemos el sage y también cedrón. Esto es para el público, para la comunidad, para quemar, para rezar con el samerio. Elijah, por favor, vengan. Arriba, Elijah.
Hi, everybody. How's everybody enjoying the event so far? That doesn't sound very enjoyable. Can I get some more noise from y'all? Definitely, definitely. That's a beautiful thing, beautiful thing. It's good to see everybody come out peaceful. For us to be able to come together for our brown brothers and sisters through the suppression that's going on within the immigration centers, within these immigration holocausts. You understand what I'm saying? They're out there killing us, right? Yeah. So it's good that we coming together. So I just want to let y'all know that actually the team for 10 for 10 is actually at the end of August going actually down to Washington, D.C. for the March on Washington. You can give that a round of applause if y'all like. Definitely, definitely. So we're going to be out there. So I would encourage all of you guys who definitely want to help and contribute and still see us grow to be able to be shining our light within the community and be able to make change here, locally, and also nationally. If y'all really do want to donate and help us be able to get to DC and do what we got to do, by all means, the donation box is over there, and we got the Venmo, the PayPal, and all that Cash App information over there as well. So we can be able to continue on going to be able to build this legacy for our community, for our cities, and for our future youth that are coming behind us. So thank you very much. We're going to continue on with the performances, and I'm going to give the mic back to the DJ. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. I just want to give everybody a quick thank you one more time for coming out and supporting these young men. Right now, if you have your phone out, please, please, please follow 10 for 10 on all social media. We're going to keep it moving with the rally. Next up, I have my brother Samuel coming up here. He's going to speak on behalf of a member of the community who was unable to make it today. So y'all give it up for Samuel, everybody.
Solo para decirles, Que recuerden a seguir a 10 for 10 en todos los medios sociales que tenemos también ahí comunicados para que se junten en la red. Por favor, quiero invitar a Sam ahorita que va a prestar aquí una presentación en lugar de otra persona que desafortunadamente no pudo llegar. Muchas gracias, Sam.
All right, everybody. Again, I'm here representing for Nambai Suzanne. She couldn't make it today. She's an African immigrant. Her immigrant lawyer was going to come today to speak also on her behalf, but she couldn't make it as well for safety purposes, as you guys obviously can understand. So with that being said, I wanted to do her speech for her, her poem. So here it goes. It's called Seek for Refugee. Dear America, do you also hear our plea? The plea to flee and let our souls free. From the fruits of this sour tree, we travel miles to seek refugee. Please, I plead, welcome us. Frustrated in despair with our rapid pulse. And your land of Canaan we hope to raise. But why? It's the costly peace that we crave for. Everywhere it's what people migrate for. It's the massive graves that many of us flee from. Please lend us a hand in one of our households and save the shrinks from endangering the cold. But suddenly all gates are closed upon our arrival. I beg of you, I beg, hear us and don't take us for rivals. We escaped the wars, hungry and poverty sticking. Just pity our souls that we are weakened as we went from the jaws of the wicked. Your hands are large enough to hold us. Your chest is warm enough to comfort us. Refrain us from the emotional train. We promise not to take part in the economic drain. Because two heads are better than one. We promise to become a part of the solution. We and you, we can solve the problems, the toughest equation. We seek to taste your delicious fruits, to fill the void in our hearts. In your home, we spot relief from all the worldly grief. When you gaze at my face, you can spot my strong belief, the belief that we can both live, both you and me. That's by Nambai Suzanne. Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all give it up for Sam one more time. Our next speaker is going to be Akale Brown. Akale is a Native American culture and history consultant and is one of the leaders of the NAIPA, the Native American Indigenous Peoples Alliance of Colorado. The NAIPA is taking action against the state of Colorado and will be filing complaints with the UN for crimes against humanity by the state. Y'all give it up for Akale Brown.
Akale Brown es una consultante de cultura nativa americana e historia. Es una de las líderes de la Alianza de Colorado de la Gente Indígena Nativa Americana. Esta asociación NAIPA está tomando acción en contra del estado de Colorado y estará registrando quejas oficiales con las Naciones Unidas por crímenes en contra de la humanidad perpetrados por el estado. Muchas gracias, Akale Brown.
Thank you so much for being here today. I want to thank 10 for 10 for inviting us out again. I'm going to be real with you. Native Americans are constantly an afterthought in this movement or in any movement. We're not really invited to rallies or protests to speak quite often. But 10 for 10 made sure that they reached out to us, and we appreciate that so much.
Yeah!
Because so far, 10 for 10 has included us in everything, and they make sure we're always invited, and we're always welcome, and if we want to speak, you know, they give us that platform, which is rare. So we appreciate that. I put my phone on airplane, so of course the thing went away. Sorry about that, guys. My name's Akale Brown. I'm Native Hawaiian and Native American. Wow, my whole phone just went dark. Sorry. like, of course, right when I'm up here. But I'm Native American and Hawaiian. I had a whole speech prepared. But I'm one of the leaders of the Native American Indigenous Peoples Alliance of Colorado. We recently formed to take on the state for the crimes against humanity and the injustices that they've been imposing upon Indigenous people, and also our relatives from the South. Our migrant relatives that have come up here that for work, the way that they are treating people, locking them up, that is not by, coincidence or accident. They did that to us. If you didn't know, Adolf Hitler got his entire design for Nazi concentration camps from Native American history. He wrote about it in his book. He took the entire blueprint of how to enslave people and how to kill people slowly from America, from our history. And they're doing it again. They're doing it again to our relatives who don't deserve this. And Native American Indigenous Peoples Alliance will be standing up, and we will be writing letters on behalf of everyone incarcerated in the ICE detention camp. We also plan to tell them that we need funding. We need funding for BIPOC organizations. We need community centers. We need jobs. We're sick and tired of these initiatives that only help for one generation, and then the next generation has no representation. I'm sorry, it's just been really overwhelming dealing with all of this. We actually went down to the homeless encampment, and we were there, and we went live as they were bulldozing people's tents. The week before, we had just handed out supplies, clothing, shoes, food, everything they needed, basic necessities, and then bam, just like that, everything taken away. Again, from another group of people who are they literally have nothing to fight against the powers that be. And that's exactly what happened to Native Americans. They're doing it over and over and over, oppressing us again and again and again. And it's really time that we all come together. Black, brown, red, yellow, everybody. White, those are the 4 sacred colors to Native Americans. If we all come together, we can take down the system. Those should be our jobs. But I'd like to hand it off to my sister Renee, because I know there's a few things she would like to say today, but I want to tell you I appreciate you for listening to me. And I hope going forward, if you ever hear of any injustices or any issues, please reach out to NAIPA, N-A-I-P-A of Colorado on Facebook, because we will write letters, we will petition, and we will take action. We are the stewards of the earth as Native Americans, and it's our job to defend everyone on this earth, not just people of our own race. Mahalo.
Claso kamati omato, claso kamati atatonati, claso kamati tonan sinklali. Claso kamati abuelitos y abuelitas and all the ones that came before and all the little ones to come. Thank you for today. Thank you for all of you, and thank you for being here. The state is called Colorado. That means muddy red. That ain't no English term. Our people have been passing all the way up here for ages. In fact, the very park you're standing on right now, we do our Chupanla summer solstice ceremony here in the north side. We've been doing it for 37 plus years. Grupo Tlaloc and many grupos from all over the nation have come here to honor our cultura here. Remember who you are, where you come from. You come from this land and have every right to be here. If you have been marginalized on this land, you have every right to be here. If you have been targeted on this land, you have more than every right to be here. You have every human right to dignity,
every right to your generations for breathing clean air, using clean water, and having a moral way. Most of all, you have a right to reparations and land back. Our way to dismantle white supremacy is to keep each other in mind, remember each other with compassion, and most of all, move together. Every single one of our narratives are crucial in dismantling. And though they all might be parallel, they all intersect. And most of them have intersected to every single targeted BIPOC community being in either a detention center or in some type of immigration assimilation process. That should have never been on a land that was stolen, and that should never be on land for our children. There are babies in those camps that look like mine. My family was in the Navy for about 8-9 years. We were there at Otay Detention Center doing danza down there when they first started expanding it. They would allow us at that time to go do danza right in front so the babies could see us. The week after that, they started bringing in military armors and barriers. After that, my husband forcefully left the Navy. We will not stand with a country that will imprison our Raza, that will imprison our natives. This entire continent down to South America is Turtle Island, and Indigenous recognize that. That being said, I ask all of you to take this energy wherever you go. Dismantle every circle you have. And if you have any privilege, access to privilege, stand as an ally, stand as an accomplice, then I suggest you stand a little bit harder, stand a little bit firmer, and protect those communities that need it the most. Our time is now to transform for our children. I don't know about y'all, but this has been the most transformative year I've ever had. So I thank you all for this intention today. I thank you all for bringing this intention of unity. And most of all, I ask you to support those local Indigenous communities. There is the IIYC down there, the International Indigenous Youth Council. There is Spirit of the Sun here at Four Winds American Indian Council. We need your help. We need your support. We need you to share your platforms to affluence. We need to change and dismantle. We need to abolish ICE. And most of all, we need to be good ancestors now. So I ask you to hold that pure in your heart, stay focused, stay protected, and most of all, keep your eye on the prize together. Oh my God.
Thank you. Y'all give it up for them one more time. Appreciate y'all. Our next speaker is going to be Jeanette. Jeanette is from Abolish ICE and other organizations around the Metro Denver area. A sanctuary from Abolish ICE and other organizations, Metro Denver Sanctuary Coalition, and Abolish Denver for immigrants here in Colorado. Y'all give it up for Jeanette one more time. Thank you.
Dámosle la bienvenida a Jeanette, que es de la organización Abolish ICE y otras organizaciones aquí en el área metropolitana de Denver, en conjunto con la coalición de Santuario y de Abolish en Denver y de inmigrantes aquí en Colorado. Muchas gracias, Jeanette.
¿Cómo estamos todos? ¡Casi no los escucho! Bueno, mi nombre es Janet Vizguerra y soy una líder comunitaria a nivel local y nacional.
How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Jeanette and I am a community leader nationally and internationally.
Soy orgullosamente mexicana y de color de piel morena.
I am proudly Mexican and of the color of my skin, dark and black.
Llegué a Estados Unidos en el año 97. Inmediatamente de que llegué empecé a trabajar por derechos laborales, civiles y humanos y ahora llevo más de una década peleando por derechos de inmigrantes.
I arrived here to Denver, Colorado, and immediately I started working for the rights of workers, for civil rights, and as of late, immigrant rights as well.
Pero no solo peleo en contra de todos esos derechos, tengo que seguir peleando por los 26 años que llevo aquí por el privilegio blanco, la supremacía blanca, el paternalismo y la fragilidad blanca.
But this is not the only things that I've been fighting here the last 26 years that I've lived here. It's also been a struggle against white nationalism, the patriarch, and white supremacy.
Afortunadamente mi padre y mi madre nos hizo unas mujeres fuertes, independientes, que siempre nos supo decir que teníamos que pelear por nuestros derechos. Y es lo que he hecho desde que llegué a este país, pelear por mis derechos como mujer, como inmigrante.
Ever since we were little, my father taught us that as women that we have to be strong and that we have to fight for our rights. And that's what I've been doing ever since that I've been here. It's been strong and independent, been fighting for our rights as a woman here.
Ya más temprano mi hija Luna habló un poco sobre mi historia, que solo por no tener un sticker vencido fui puesto en el sistema de inmigración cuando teníamos leyes como SB 90, 287G y comunidades seguras.
And my daughter Luna here was presenting earlier how she was speaking on the experience we had that because of an expired sticker, I was placed inside of the immigration system and was placed outside of my safe community.
Y a lo largo de estos años he fundado diferentes organizaciones como Metro Denver Sanctuary Coalition, el Grupo Mujer, Sanctuary for All y Abolish ICE Denver.
And across this time, I have helped create the different organizations like Metro Sanctuary Denver, Abolish ICE.
Ya que soy una mujer que me gusta confrontar directamente las injusticias, pero también al sistema opresivo de corporaciones que nos siguen oprimiendo a las comunidades y a las minorías.
And I'm not only here as a woman that is claiming against the injustices that are perpetrated here against us, but also against the corporations that stand against our well-being as here as women in our community and among with our families.
Afortunadamente tengo muchos aliados a nivel local y nacional que en estos años hemos estado trabajando duro. Esta pandemia, aunque es mala, lo que ha logrado es unir los movimientos, unir las comunidades, unir las razas, cosa que no pasaba en el pasado.
And well, I've been working also in collaboration with other allies nationally and internationally. And one thing that I think we have to recognize with the pandemic is that this has brought people to work together even closer, to come together even stronger, and to be sharing across just any kind of movement that has been rising in the last time, coming together.
Esto que vemos aquí, que es comunidad, que estamos blancos, afroamericanos, nativos americanos, latinos, es lo que logró la pandemia. Y así es como estamos en todo el país, luchando cada uno en nuestro estado. Y queremos que Colorado siga siendo un estado progresivo.
And that's who we are today, here as a community. We are white Americans, black Americans, brown Americans, all united here today, fighting and struggling and protesting, not only here, but all across the nations, everywhere that we are, still fighting for what we believe and what we need.
Llevo más de 11 años peleando mi propio proceso de deportación, donde he sufrido, donde he llorado, donde he perdido mi libertad en diferentes ocasiones por el sistema, simplemente por no tener un sticker. Pero eso me ha hecho más fuerte, más resiliente, más poderosa y seguir empoderando a mi comunidad inmigrante.
In my case, it's been the personal case of fighting for 11 years against a deportation, all because of I didn't have a sticker. All that I have suffered, cried, and gone through just because of that. But we're still here fighting, and it's made me even more resilient, more independent, and stronger than before.
Soy la persona que fundó el movimiento de derechos de inmigrantes aquí en Colorado, porque nadie hablaba, tenían miedo. Nadie decía las injusticias que pasaban en esas corporaciones como GEO y CCI, que tienen ganancias billonarias a costa del dolor y sufrimiento de las familias.
I was the person that was able to begin the Center for Immigrant Rights here in Colorado, because before, nobody spoke up. There was a lot of fear of speaking up. And because of that, now we are speaking up against the large corporations that are profiting from the suffering of others. Millions, corporations like Geo and CCI.
Shame. He perdido mi libertad estando detenida por 3 ocasiones en Geo Processing Center, pero también he perdido mi libertad por 3 ocasiones que me he tenido que acoger a santuario, ya que por eso fundé la coalición Metro Denver Santuario, para tener una estrategia más de seguir aquí, seguir resistiendo y seguir pateándole el trasero al sistema.
And it's been 3 different occasions that I've lost my liberty and been placed under the detention of Geo. And it has also been another 3 instances where I lost my liberty, where I had to go seek sanctuary. And because of that, we've been creating this system for sanctuary as well. And so we can keep kicking the system in its ass.
Yeah! Y siempre se lo he dicho a mis hijos que no me voy a rendir. El día que me quieran deportar voy a salir con mi frente en alto de que nunca me rendí y que peleé en contra del sistema. Pero antes de irme, ya fundé familias, organizaciones, que les voy a dejar mi legado de lucha. Y mucha gente que ahora están saliendo a pelear por sus familias, por sus hijos y por su propia vida, ya que ahora con COVID-19 al gobierno no le importa estar exponiendo vidas humanas en estos lugares, que no son negocios esenciales.
And if it's the case that I get deported, I won't leave ashamed. I will leave with my head high. I will leave knowing that I left a legacy here and that I found it here, networks with families and community and organizations, and that they too are standing up and coming out and fighting for their rights and for their families. And that because the government doesn't care if they're opening up public institutions for everybody to come back because of the risk of COVID, well then screw it, we're gonna be here too.
Yeah. Y además de estar peleando mi propio caso, estoy ayudando a otras familias. En mayo, con la pandemia, recibí una llamada de Gabriela Miranda, que está aquí a un lado mío, que tenía a su esposo detenido en Geo Processing Center, con mucho miedo y mucho temor de que su esposo fuera contagiado de COVID-19 y tal vez no lo volvieran a ver. Y por eso ahora tenemos un campamento con Abolish ICE que lleva más de 65 días.
And another person that I'd like to bring here to the mic is somebody that I had gotten in contact with, because we are also working to support other people that are going through similar cases. And this is Gabriela, who is going to speak on behalf for her story. You know, it makes a part of the whole network and resistance that we've been doing that has brought us to make a camp over by the Geo Processing Center in Aurora.
Gracias a ese llamado empezamos la campaña de Camping for Close the Camps y Free Them All, donde ahora estamos peleando para que liberen a la mayoría de las personas que no son un riesgo para nuestra comunidad, y nuestro objetivo es salvar vidas. Aunque ahora se ha ido a otro rumbo el campamento, seguiremos peleando por las familias que realmente quieren permanecer unidas.
It's also, I want to recognize the campaign that we've been doing for the camp to close the camp and free them all. And to liberate everybody that is held into the facilities. And this is also to save lives, you know, to release people who are not a danger to the community. This is to save lives that are detained at this moment.
Entonces no voy a hablar mucho de mí, porque tengo una historia larguísima. Siempre me gusta dar la oportunidad a otras familias que han peleado tan duro igual que yo, pero me gusta reconocer a los líderes que comienzan algo. Y Gabriela Miranda es quien comenzó, el que ahora está haciendo una lucha a un lado de Gio en ese campamento, donde comenzamos peleando por 15 familias, pero ahora necesitamos pelear por las más de 500 personas que están detenidas ahí.
And here I mentioned my fellow Gabriela Miranda, who has also been a part of the initiative that's been taking place over in the facilities, where we initially were claiming that they should release 15 of the families that are detained, but now at this moment, we are saying that they should release all 500 people that are detained there.
Yeah. Bueno, y por favor sigan las páginas de Metro Denver Sanctuary Coalition, Sanctuary for All, que es una organización donde hay más de 15 familias afectadas que siguen peleando sus procesos de deportación para permanecer con sus familias, y Abolish ICE, que seguirá confrontando directamente a la pinche migra.
Okay, and I would like to also invite you to follow our social media accounts of Denver Metro Sanctuary, sanctuary for all, and also abolish ICE. All these different efforts that we are doing so that we can keep our families here and no one gets deported. It's for the safety of the families, and so that we can keep saying pinche la migra.
Ahora con el COVID-19 muchas de nuestras familias inmigrantes se quedaron sin trabajo y tampoco pueden recibir estímulo económico del gobierno. Y estamos creando programas de comidas solidarias donde las familias están trabajando en vender comida para poder sobrevivir y poder pagar sus costos de vida.
Now with COVID-19, a lot of the families are not able to secure their jobs and they also might not get benefits as easily. So we have started a network and support for nutrition and for meals for the families so that this way it can be distributed for the people that are in need of this support.
Pero no es solo para sobrevivir para sus costos de vida, ellos tienen que seguir pagando costos legales, ya que Homeland Security ha seguido trabajando, ha seguido deteniendo familias, separando familias, dando cortes virtuales, y ellos tienen costos legales que pagar porque eso no para. Si quieren hacer una donación, lo pueden hacer a Vemos Sanctuary for All o a Cash App Abolish ICE, que es para mantener el campamento, pero sigan apoyando a las familias inmigrantes, ya que ellos no tienen el privilegio de tener estímulo económico o de poder aplicar para desempleo.
And it's not only this kind of financial support that the families are having to deal with, it's also legal costs that they have to confront because of the situation of COVID doesn't mean that Homeland Security is stopping any of their operations. They're still having virtual courts and they're still processing families. So in order to keep our families safe, we have also had some fundraisers. If you want to donate to this cause, you can donate to Venmo Sanctuary for All or the Cash App Abolish ICE. That's to support the camp that's out there, but it's to support all the families that might undergo this threat.
Pero también quiero agradecer que todos traen su playera de Chinga la Migra, ya que yo lo introduje a Colorado y las mascarillas de Fuck la Migra, Chinga la Migra y Abolish ICE. Esos dineros nos ayudan a seguir ayudando a las familias para sus costos legales. Gracias por traer nuestras playeras.
And mostly I also want to say that I'm really happy to see everybody with their Chinga la Migra shirts, with their Fuck ICE, Abolish ICE, everything. Here, all the things that we produced also. I'm very happy that I produced this and you here are wearing it today. It's helping also the funds from this, all the families that are undergoing these processes and these struggles.
Pero también esperen otros productos el día 8 de agosto en la iglesia First Unitaria, donde estoy acogida Santuario. Vamos a tener un mini market que todo lo que se recaude va a ser para las familias. Síganos apoyando, por favor, porque realmente sí necesitan las familias ese apoyo. Y sigan las páginas que ahí ponemos los updates de todo lo que hacemos para proveer a las familias inmigrantes.
We're going to be also releasing some new product on the 8th. This is going to be in the church, First Unitarian. This is where I have been received. It is my sanctuary. And this is going to be another means so that you can come and support the families through this network. And also, you can follow this and see all our community publications and updates and everything on our social media accounts as well to support.
Bueno, y ahora sí, Gabriela Miranda.
Mi nombre es Gabriela Miranda, tengo 20 años viviendo aquí en Colorado.
My name is Gabriela Miranda. I have 20 years living here in Colorado.
Mi esposo duró 8 meses en el centro de detención en Aurora.
My husband lived 8 months in the Aurora Facility Detention Center.
El psicólogo que estaba ahí atendiendo a todos los detenidos en yield.
The psychologist that was there attending everybody in the yield.
Él estaba tratando de volver loco a mi esposo.
He was trying to drive crazy, my husband driving him crazy.
Inclusive él habló y diciendo que lo estaban golpeando.
Inclusively, he called trying to say that he was trying to get him to be crazy.
No puede seguir este sistema cómo están tratando a la gente en GEO.
This system, how they're treating them at GEO, cannot continue this way.
Si eso le pasó a mi esposo, ¿se imaginan cuántas familias hay adentro, ahí en GEO, que no vienen a pararse aquí por miedo?
If this is what happened to my husband, can you imagine how many more families that cannot come and speak up that this is what's happening to them?
Por eso estamos luchando, por eso está el campamento.
This is why we are in the fight. This is why this camp is there.
Hemos visto salir muchísimos detenidos en Gio.
We have seen a lot of detainees come out from GEO.
Y queremos que siga saliendo más gente porque sus vidas corren peligro.
And we want more of them to come out of there because their lives are in danger.
No puede ser que en este país, siendo de libertad y de justicia,
it cannot be fair that in this country where it's supposed to be justice for all,
pueda ser que esas personas estén encerradas ahí, no como animales, porque los americanos aman los animales.
It cannot be that they are incarcerated there, not like animals, because they even treat animals better here.
Los americanos les dan un buen trato a los animales.
The Americans actually treat the animals better.
Pero la gente que está ahí adentro en Gio, los guardias de seguridad, tratan a los detenidos peor que a los animales salvajes.
But the officers at the GO detention center treat them worse in there to the detentives than even the animals.
Mi esposo fue deportado. Es muy triste estar la familia separada.
My husband got deported. It is very sad to be separated right now.
Y es muy difícil no contar con la ayuda económica para poder demostrar la inocencia de mi esposo.
And it's very sad to not have the economic support to be able to support my husband.
Y es más triste saber que hay muchísimas familias, tanto en el centro de detención como en las cárceles, que están acusados injustamente bajo este sistema que está quebrado.
And it is very unfair and unjust that there are so many families in there right now having to go through this with a system that is already broken.
Yo sé que todos los americanos nativos de todo este país aman a Abraham Lincoln.
I know that all the natives here, Americans, love Abraham Lincoln.
Y yo sé que Abraham Lincoln nos está viendo desde allá y él no quiere que toda esa gente esté sufriendo en esas cárceles y en esos centros de detención.
And I know that Abraham Lincoln is watching over right now, and he doesn't want this to be happening in the detention centers that people are suffering.
Es muy triste no tener a mi esposo.
It is very sad not to have my husband.
Eso estoy peleando para que otras familias no sean separadas como la mía.
This is why I am fighting so that other families are not separated like mine.
Gracias por estar aquí, se los agradecemos mucho.
Thank you very much for being here. We appreciate it very much.
Love you. Gracias.
Bueno, y ahora quiero introducir a otra líder de la organización Century for All, que lleva más de 2 años en esta organización, ya que su esposo está en proceso de deportación. Ha hecho un trabajo increíble, le gusta aprender, le gusta empujar a otras familias a seguir peleando para mantener a las familias unidas. Yesenia Martínez.
Mi nombre es Yesenia Martínez. Yo soy miembro de Santuario para Todos.
My name is Yesenia Martinez. I'm a member of the Sanctuary for All.
Estoy aquí en representación de mi esposo, ya que tiene proceso de deportación solo por no licencia.
I am here representing my husband because he has a detention order because he doesn't have a driver's license.
Es difícil estar peleando 9 años solo por no licencia. Y el año pasado fuimos a la última corte y es muy importante la presencia de cada uno de ustedes.
It's been very hard fighting for 9 years for not having a driver's license. And last year we went to immigration and it's just been very hard, and it's very important to have all of you present here for this fight.
Porque en la corte fueron muchos miembros de Abolish ICE y llenamos la sala de puros ciudadanos americanos y el juez miró el apoyo de los ciudadanos.
because in the court there was a lot of members of Abolish ICE and they were American citizens, and the judge was able to recognize that there was these American citizens present.
Y uno de ellos está aquí, que es Matt, que le agradezco muchísimo por el apoyo que me ha brindado a mí y a mi familia.
And one of them is here right now. His name is Matt, and I really appreciate all his support to me and my family.
Y con su presencia en las cortes, el juez dijo, veo que tienes mucho apoyo de ciudadanos, te voy a dejar ir libre por 6 meses más.
And with all this presence of all these citizens, American citizens, the judge said, I see that you have all this support from the American citizens, so I will have you to stay here for 6 more months.
Por eso los invito que cada martes tenemos junta, tenemos reunión en la 1400 Lafayette, que es donde está Janet, y su apoyo es muy importante para nosotros como familias impactadas.
So that's why I invite you all. We unite every Tuesday at 1400 Lafayette with Jeanette, and we all come together and support.
Santuario para Todos es una organización que trabaja directamente con nosotros, las familias impactadas, pero ustedes créanme que es un muy grande apoyo para nosotros y se lo agradezco que estén en este día hoy aquí.
Sanctuary support has been a great support to all of us, and we really, really appreciate all of you being here right now.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much.
Pero hay una parte muy importante para mencionar para el movimiento de derechos de inmigrantes. Tenemos a veces mucho apoyo de aliados, pero nos toca también educarlos de cómo ser buenos aliados. Buenos aliados es seguir las direcciones y recomendaciones de nosotros los inmigrantes. No querer decidir o mandar por nosotros porque somos adultos y nosotros dirigimos nuestras vidas.
So it's very good that we have all the support from the Abolish ICE, but we also have to be know about what it takes to be in alliance with the system. So.
Porque esa es la otra parte que nos toca pelear como inmigrantes, que muchos aliados dicen quieren ser buenos aliados, pero en ese camino, tal vez con buenas intenciones, quieren decidir por nosotros, quieren decirnos cómo manejar nuestras vidas, cómo manejar los dineros que reunimos para poder pelear. Y esos no son buenos aliados. Queremos esos aliados que nos sepan escuchar, que nos ayuden a confrontar al sistema, pero sobre todo que nos ayuden a cambiar las comunidades.
Another struggle that we have as migrants here is one with collaboration with our allies, where there are cases where we have some allies that they seem to understand what we should do and instruct us to do this or to do that or to use our funds that we have gathered for such purpose. And that's not the kind of allies that we want. The allies that we want are the ones that are going to listen to us, the ones that are going to work with us based out of what we are also deciding to do for ourselves.
Porque como digo, no solo estamos peleando en contra de nuestros propios casos, en contra del mismo sistema, sino estamos peleando también en contra muchas veces de que esas personas nos oprimen, nos hacen ver como que son, por ser inmigrantes somos tontos, que no sabemos liderar, que no sabemos manejar alguna organización. Y no es así porque muchos tenemos estudios, tenemos un título en nuestro país que no lo podemos trabajar aquí, pero somos personas inteligentes. Entonces queremos que nos vean como eso, inmigrantes fuertes que no estamos pidiendo compasión, que no queremos que nos vean con lástima, sino como guerreros que estamos peleando por nuestras familias.
And so, that's kind of problematic that we have also confronted here as we work. A lot of times the people, some allies white, think that immigrants don't know, or that they're dumb, they don't know how to lead. But that's not true. A lot of us actually have studies and titles and degrees from our countries, just that we can't work with them here for some reason. Now, we need to stand up with this and recognize that we also have strength and that we're not weak. We don't want to be seen as people that can't do anything. No, we want to be seen as the warriors that are fighting our own struggles, our own cases, and also fighting with the immigration system.
Y siempre termino diciendo que tu lucha es mi lucha y mi lucha es la suya, porque esto es comunidad y es como tenemos que trabajar en unidad. Y gracias por estar parados hoy aquí como una comunidad unida.
And I always like to say, your struggle is my struggle, and my struggle is your struggle, and that's how we are here together as community. And that's what I like to see, everybody here standing as community. So I just want to say thank you, coming together in unity.
Hey everybody, I just want to make a quick announcement. As some people are leaving a little bit early, and as people leave throughout the night, we ask that you guys walk with anybody you know that does not have any documentation to their car, so that there won't be any situations. We don't know who's out and watching, so we want to make sure everybody gets to their vehicles. And if you can't find somebody, we have our medic team. If you guys can raise your hand, they're willing to take you to your car. And if somebody can translate that for me, that would be great.
Solo un mensaje aquí para todos que para tomar en cuenta la seguridad esta noche, que cuando ya vayamos despidiéndonos, alejándonos aquí del espacio, que acompañemos a aquellas personas quizá que tienen cierta complicación con los documentos y todo, solo para estarnos acompañados y todo, y si no están acompañados pueden buscar a los médicos aquí también para acompañarles, estén aquí acompañando y facilitando un poco este encuentro, solo para tomarlo en cuenta, sí, por favor, acompañémonos y estemos seguros.
Thank you for that. Our next speaker is going to be Diamond. Diamond is a proud Mexican organizer from the area who is doing anything in his power to help all underprivileged people. Can y'all give a please warm welcome for Diamond?
Esta siguiente presentación viene de Diamond, que es un organizador mexicano orgulloso que viene aquí en la área para ayudar a cualquiera con todo el poder que tiene y más que nada para apoyar a la gente que no tiene el privilegio. Diamond.
Hello everyone, I want to start off by thanking 10 for 10 for organizing this event. Let's give them a round of applause. I want to thank them also for bringing the message of unity, because that is what we're in. We're in a time of unity, and we must all begin to take off the blindfolds that the colonizers have put on us. I bring up colonization because unfortunately that is the one thing that binds many of us together. We're not witnesses of what colonialism did, we're products of it. And it's very easy to see what colonialism is and what it stands for. Colonialism is what the Europeans called going onto another land already occupied and claiming it, despite there being already people living there. This was done for financial gain, power, and land. But most importantly, the resources on that land. The biggest problem we indigenous people face today is that we are led to believe that the era of the European going around the globe, doing whatever he wants to people has passed. But that could be further from the truth. And when I say indigenous people, I mean all indigenous people. Indigenous people who were murdered and almost eradicated here in North America. Indigenous people who resided in North and Central America, who were raped and assimilated so much by the Spanish culture that they no longer knew who they once were. Indigenous people who were enslaved and taken from their indigenous homeland in Africa to another land that they did not recognize, and all in the name of progress. Indigenous people who live in Hawaii, who have been overthrown and no longer have any say in their own land. Indigenous people down in South America who have retained their cultural identity and whose way of life is now at risk because of capitalistic endeavors. Sorry everyone. The fact is, we were all indigenous people living in our land, forming our own cultures, trading systems, languages, and all that was interrupted by the Europeans' needs for power and control, and more importantly, resources. And it wasn't because they were explorers, it was because they were scavengers. And up to this day, the descendants of these Europeans scavenged the whole globe without the consent of indigenous people around. and all behind the guise of capitalism. The colonial title has hidden itself under a new moniker, capitalism. And I know many of you may be thinking, but capitalism gave me my job, gave me my car, gives me the money that I provide with my family with. However, that may be true. That is just a small treat in order to keep us at bay and in check. Just as they once did, except now it's done through ideologies and systems that they left in place. If you don't believe that capitalism is just modern day colonialism, explain what happened at Standing Rock. Explain why the US government that is mainly occupied by these European descendants once again did what they wanted to indigenous people. Explain why there is privatized prison systems that use human beings as slave labor because that person is marked a criminal. Explain why there is policies that target Black and brown people to make them a criminal. That way these privatized prison systems have permission to use them as a slave force. Explain why there is poor immigration policies that deals mostly with indigenous people of these lands that marks them criminals, allowing them to lock them up in cages as well. And I can't talk about the immigration policy in this country without talking about the military. The US military targets Black and browns ever since we're young with promises of financial stability and paid tuition. For those of you who are not listening, that means that they use our wants and need for education and knowledge to fuel their wars. The wars that just bring more people over to this country that they just replace us with. As soon as we're no longer a cog in the machine, they just replace us with other people they've brought over with the wars that they've started in other countries. This country only cares about Black and brown people when we are killing ourselves in their wars that bring more people that could take our place, or when we are grinding, or when we are killing ourselves grinding in their capitalistic system that only favors the rich. We must all look up from the constant grind that we are in and take off the blindfolds that have been chained around our heads and see the injustices that our fellow human beings are going through. I ask that you reevaluate the titles that were given to us by the European tongue, as they only serve to divide us. But in the progress of dividing us, they did give us something. They gave us the European language that has broken the language barrier that was once among us. And it is up to us to use this language to unite and to stand together against this oppressive system that still holds our lives. That's all I have to say. Thank you all so much for listening. Thank you once again to 10 for 10 for organizing all this and giving all of us a platform to speak on. Please continue supporting them and please like their page on Facebook.
Y'all give it up for Diamond one more time. So next up, I'd like to give the platform for 10 for 10. 10 for 10, they're going to be sharing some of their stories.
Ahora quiero llamar a todos los miembros de 10 for 10, la organización, quienes van a estar compartiendo un poco de sus historias.
Yeah. All right, give yourselves a round of applause one more time. Yeah. Beautiful thing. Hey, so we're actually about to now get onto the position of wrapping it up. I was gonna say, if y'all see any trash anywhere around, make sure y'all throw it near the nearby dumpster because we're gonna end up dumping those at the end. So I just wanna make sure that y'all take care of that as well. Just be considerate of the park we're at, and so we can be able to keep it clean. Cleanliness is next to godliness, right? So let's make sure we take care of that. But yeah, so like I said before, right there is the donation booth and the snack booth as well. If y'all, see deep down into your hearts to actually help donate and take care and contribute, please do. Like I said, we're actually on our way to DC within the next month. We want to make sure that that we're taken care of as young leaders. We want to make sure that we're in a position to shine our light for Colorado and shine our light for our state and make sure that we are out there creating and learning from people to be able to actually create systematic change within our own community. So yeah, please do donate if you do have the ability.
Yeah, thank y'all. Let's give it up one more time for our performers, speakers, and vendors that came out for today's event. And our volunteers, let's not forget about that. Well, yeah, we once again want to say thank you for coming out. We do really appreciate the community support. We want to continue doing events like these. And like he said, if you feel the need to donate, please donate so that we can continue supporting our communities that are marginalized, are hurt, are going through a lot of things right now. We want to keep spreading awareness about the things that are going on. But as a team, like we said, we want to say thank you for coming out. We still have our Mocochetes band that is going to have our outro music. And so y'all can be dismissed as they are playing, but I'm going to let the team kind of give their own thank yous as well.
Hi, y'all, again. Anyway, hey guys, again, my name is Jalen Turod. I'm the Public Relations Chair, and I just want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for staying here with us today, supporting the vendors, supporting the community, creating a sense of community. That's why we do what we do. We want to give back because this community has poured so much into us. And we wouldn't be here without y'all, for real. So thank you so much for coming to our events. A lot of you guys have come to our previous events, and just really, like, fundamentally, y'all are the reason that we are here and we are able to do what we want to do. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
I just want to say real quick, I thank everybody for coming out because it's a deeper purpose of why we're here. Black Lives Matter. We know that. We're fighting for that every day, but Brown Lives Matter too. There's kids in ICE detention centers right now that are being treated like animals in cages. So I appreciate all you guys for coming here, for fighting the good fight, knowing that we got to do this in unity and do this together. And we got to move all as one. So I'm thankful for that, and all the volunteers as well. So I look forward to fighting this fight with y'all and getting those kids out those cages. So thank you.
My name is Maya, and I'm the stage manager. Yeah, just thank you guys, and this is what community looks like, and viva la raza.
Hello again. My name is Ayin Kuashemu, and I'm the co-vice president for 10 for 10 once again. And yeah, just thank you everyone who came out, to the volunteers, to the community who came out, to the awesome vendors. I got this awesome shirt. I was just saying how I needed more yellow and some to match this, and look how he provides. And so just thank you for coming out and making this such an amazing event from the bottom of my heart.
Once again, my name is Kirk Young. I just want to say thank you for everybody coming out too. And I also want to thank the volunteers because this wouldn't be possible without them too. But also the vendors, they took care of me. I'm pretty full for the food. So thank you.
And I just want to reiterate one last time, Elijah already touched base on this, but the March on Washington is in August. It is the 28th. And 10 for 10 is traveling out to DC to march. It'll be televised, and it's a big deal. And we're trying to raise enough money to be out there together as a team and stand on the front. Ainku, Peter, and myself are all students at Howard University in DC. That's our second home, And we want to be able to put on out there with the people that have put on for Colorado. We want to put Colorado on the map. And we need your help. Donations and Venmos and all of that good stuff are right here. If you would like to donate to the cause and continue to give to us, even though you have given so much to us already, it would really mean the world. And honestly, anything helps. So thank you. Yes, here I go to read the Venmo for you now. So our Venmo is TEN-Black men. Our PayPal is the number 10 for 10. And then our Cash App is $10 for 10 Black men. As pictured here. Snap a picture, send it out if you can't donate anything. We appreciate y'all regardless because you're here. And that means more than anything. Thank you.
So without further ado, let's give one more round of applause for our Mocochetes band that is going to come back up and give us some awesome music.
And also make sure that y'all go down to the vendors, spend some money with them, help them out, get some merchandise, and make sure that y'all represent for y'all local Black and brown communities, all right? Give ourselves a round of applause. and we out.
All right, y'all. Give it up one more time for the speakers. I said, give it up one more time for all the speakers, yo! Although the speakers are done, the party is not over. We're gonna stick around for y'all a little bit, and we're gonna play some music so everybody can dance and have a freaking awesome time. This is the perfect way to end the rally, is by dancing and showing everybody our moves. Y'all ready to dance?
I'd like to introduce a super young Mocochete. This young man has a voice. His power is his voice. And how old are you, Russ? 6? 4? He's 4 years old, everybody. Make some noise for 4-year-olds. So Russell Jr. has a song to share for you.
What?
What's up, Russell? Come on, Russ, you can do it. You can do it. Monster voice. Russ, 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 Russ. He's gonna be in a screamo band eventually.
Chill, chill.
This song goes out to all of our community members that are using the power that we have in ourselves to organize, the power that we have to make change, the power that we have to love. You know, that kind of power that you cannot get with a dollar bill.
Homer? The song's called Homer. It's about connecting with your ancestors in the spirit realm. I was at the Red Coat Thursday night for the gents. Springtime in Ventura, took a break to shake a stick at the plate. Simple came down, adding on with my man for some time. Riding up the road, bougainvillea blooming, I'm feeling fine. We flash around and sang some songs just like we did, yeah, when we were kids. Stopped to have a smoke, Mother Mary smoked, and she offered us roses. The song was tattooed, she took the stage, called the bell away. Sipping by myself, grabbing the tape. The woman was magnetic, did not require no explanation. Up the road, always concerned with our liberation. She said, I got what you want if you need it. Got what you seek if you dream it. Jazz. So when you got a spirit, oh, over here, la la, South Park is the season. We love
the original members of Los Mocochetes. Make a lot of noise for my brother on the trumpet, on the guitar, and on the vocals, Joshua Randy Obeda. Please help me welcome the heartbeat of Los Mocochetes. Please make a lot of noise for my brother on the drums, John Rubio. Everybody, come on, let's shake it. Shake, shake, shake.
Russell Jr. on the mic, everybody.
If you want to come join us for this song, you're more than welcome to. But we want to make a lot of coming to go. Abajo con Donald Trump, abajo, abajo, arriba con la familia, arriba, arriba, abajo el capitalismo, abajo, abajo, arriba los zapatistas, arriba, arriba, viva la revolución, viva la revolución, que viva toda mi gente y que viva nuestra canción, que viva la revolución, que viva la revolución, que viva los mocochetes porque toca México. Give it up for young Marcus on the guitar. He's about to be 16 years old, y'all. Abajo con toda la vida, abajo, abajo, arriba con la abuelita, arriba, arriba, abajo la policía, abajo, abajo, arriba con la semilla, arriba, arriba, abajo con toda la vida, abajo, abajo, arriba con la abuelita, arriba, arriba, abajo con las paredes, abajo, abajo, arriba con las mujeres, arriba, arriba. Que viva la revolución, que viva la revolución, que viva toda mi gente y que viva nuestra canción. Que viva la revolución, que viva la revolución, que viva los mocochetes porque toca México. Yo soy humano, no soy mojado, yo soy tu hermano. No soy mojado, yo soy humano. No soy mojado, yo soy tu hermano. Everybody, I want you to sing this with me. I want everybody to make as much noise as possible. Mexicanos, presente. Colombiano, presente. Presente. Venezolano, presente. Presente. Cubano, presente. Presente. Puertorriqueños, presente. Presente. All my people, presente. Presente. Black Lives Matter, presente. Presente. All this ice, presente. Presente. Los mocochetes, presente. Presente. Mi raza, presente. Presente. Que viva la revolución, que viva la revolución, que viva toda mi gente y que viva nuestra canción. Que viva la revolución, que viva la revolución, que viva los mocochetes porque toca México. Que viva la revolución, que viva la revolución, que viva toda mi gente y que viva nuestra canción. Que viva la revolución, que viva la revolución, que viva los mocochetes porque toca México. Give it up for yourselves for being so fucking awesome. We're gonna be playing tomorrow at Su Teatro for the Chicano Music Festival. We'll be headlining that festival. So come check it out. If you can't check it out, it's gonna be live streamed. So, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you peek it. Thank you all so much. Give it up for 10 for 10. Give it up for Abolish ICE. Give it up for the Colorado Poet Laureate. For Julie Gonzalez. For all the folks who spoke. For Janet Vizguerra. Make sure we unite We are one movement. We are one movement. Say it with me. We are one. We are one. We are one. We are one. Black Lives Matter. Abolish ICE. Chinga la migra. We are los mocochetes.
And now, so are you.
Seventh in Santa Fe, su teatro. Only Chicano theater in the whole fucking region, almost.
Once the 60 days of George Floyd, it takes all kinds.
Exactly.
Right?
I'm not going to tell them how to protest. Do it safely.
Exactly. All right, folks. We'll come back in half hour, 45 minutes at the Capitol.
Hey, what time is that festival tomorrow?
Thanks for hanging out. 11?
11?
Wait, which one are you talking about?
With these people.
I don't know.
Chicano Music Festival.
Oh, that's tomorrow night, I think.
Okay. What's happening at the Capitol?
I think it's just going to be like whatever Black Bloc is there and whatever protesting going on. I don't think it'll be anything too special. Rain's in the air.
I told them I'm going to be watching the stream, and if I see that same area, I'll go down. I'm descending to the end, so I'm going to be there to beef a little bit harder, which we need somebody to be there, but I keep trying to remind him. He's got the stuff.